Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, welcome back. Let's get another check of that afternoon forecast. Cedric, aside from the inversion, we're seeing again, really not too bad of an afternoon out there.
Yeah, not too bad in the afternoon. Now, what's interesting is it gets pretty warm still in the daytime.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the sun sets, hey, we're back. It reminds you, it's wintertime. We had some folks down in the teens this morning, so it changes quickly. Now, speaking of that, if you're wanting to go out, maybe you haven't had a chance to enjoy the Christmas lights yet, make sure you bundle up because, again, once the sun sets, it gets a little cool. If you don't want to go out there in the elements, I did want to show you this. Scott Taylor, of course, always capturing the great shots with the drone. Downtown Salt Lake City,
wow.
The Christmas lights there around Temple Square and around downtown. Just a beautiful shot.
It's good.
Skies. Yeah,
That's
it's
really
nice.
good.
It is nice. It is great to see Salt Lake City.
Just keep that up.
Yeah, just lit up.
Yeah.
That tells the weather story, right? We don't want to talk about anything else, but we have to. So we go from the beautiful shot to, yes, we'll switch it over to this shot. And it's not as beautiful, but it is the weather story during the daytime hours because it doesn't look as nice as you look down over the Salt Lake Valley. No lights, but you see this? Yeah, that's just above the valley floors there. That film of haze and yuckiness that's out there for us. The Nelson Peak camera also showing us a little bit of that haze in the valleys, but it's not nearly as pronounced as what you're seeing out of Ensign Peak. And then notice over towards Cache Valley, you can definitely see that haze layer creeping up the mountain there. And then over towards West Valley City, we've also got that haze showing up. So inversion strong here across the valley areas in the north, but hopefully we'll eventually be able to break this out of the area, but it's going to still probably take a couple of more days. So with that being said, this afternoon, just keep in mind we've got that moderate air quality up and down the I-15 corridor from Cache Valley, Ogden Valley, down through the Salt Lake Valley into Utah County and up towards Box Elder County. And again, this is going to be the map that's going to stay in place for us for our Tuesday and maybe even into Wednesday, although Wednesday we'll start to see some changes expected. Temperatures out there, we've got 40s in place across the north. Notice how we've got low 40s here, where we're kind of stuck in that inversion, and then you get up towards Ogden, where it's not as much of an inversion right now. You're at 47 degrees, but either way, temperatures will lag just a little bit thanks to that inversion layer. So instead of us maybe getting into the mid to upper 50s, we'll only be in the low 50s, and it may struggle to get to low 50s in some spots just because the inversion holds temperatures down. Otherwise, I think a day of 10 to 20 degrees above average again for us this afternoon with that sunshine, hazy sunshine, and then down towards the south, low 60s as you get down towards lower Washington County. So let's track some inversion busters, shall we? Not when you have high pressure on top of us, but that thing will give way in the coming hours. And as it does so, it'll allow some moisture to begin to sneak in and graze far northern Utah. First, it'll be mainly just some clouds for your Tuesday, maybe a couple of passing showers Tuesday up towards Cache Valley, the Utah-Idaho border. Better chances of some valley rain and mountain snow moving in as we get towards your Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And that'll continue throughout your Wednesday morning with some mountain snow and some valley rain. We'll keep an eye on this. Some of these pockets of moisture up towards Bear River Range could be a little heavy. And then notice as that front makes its way through during the afternoon hours on Wednesday, another decent chance of rain. I can't even rule out a rumble of thunder with that activity as it moves on through in the valleys, but some mountain snow showing up as well here. And then that kind of gives way to a more active weather pattern, I think. I think another storm system arrives, maybe a stronger one as we get towards your Friday and Saturday, again targeting northern Utah. So you look at those totals, you're talking about a quarter to up to maybe as much as an inch of rainfall with some of that. But let me show you the snow because the first system not producing much, just some light accumulations above about 8,000 feet. But then notice we get more significant snowfall potential as we get towards that weekend system on your Saturday. And I think the atmospheric river will continue to work its way south. Look at that. Above average precipitation chances, even for St. George by the time we get towards Christmas week. But the problem is we stay with the above average temperatures. So valley snow chances still don't look extremely high. But we'll keep an eye on it here as overall you'll see St. George, a mixture of sun and clouds, more sunshine early, more clouds heading into the weekend, the winter solstice on Sunday. Not feeling like winter. The Wasatch Front, 50s over the next 7 days. But notice we'll kind of fluctuate from low to mid 50s down to low 50s by the weekend as we usher in wintertime. But increasing moisture chances, valley rain and mountain snow Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then again Friday night into Saturday. Alyssa?